Unhappy relationships. When is it time to move on, even though your partner is in love?
Well, you got to trust your intuition. And I mean, if you're at the point where you are 100% certain you don't want to stay with them, in order, as a man, you always got to think about your outcome, whether it's building a business or building a relationship, building a family, whatever it happens to be. And so if you've come to the conclusion that in order to achieve your outcome for your family life, your personal life, it's not going to be with the person that you're with, then in order to eventually get with the person you want to be with, what you're going to have to do is you got to create a space for them. And the only way you can create a space for them is if you're honest with the person that you're with, because it doesn't serve you or them to stay in a relationship that doesn't serve you, that you know is over. And by you sticking around, it delays you finding what you want, and it prevents her from finding the love that's right for her, the person or different guys or whatever that's right for her, and vice versa. Maybe you got 2 more girlfriends to go through before you settle down and have kids. It's just your life path is your life path, but you got to create a space for it, because nothing's possible without the space. And the longer you stay, the more likely it is that you settle, especially as people get older. You're just like, ah. And then when you're living a life, when you're working a job you hate, that's got consequences. That is emotional. It takes an emotional toll on you. It takes a mental toll on you. Being in an unhappy relationship, a loveless, sexless marriage, or a loveless, sexless relationship that's been going on for years, and you keep making excuses for it. It's like that kind of shit saps your life energy. It takes away your hope and belief that you can shape and change your destiny. And I tell this story often, but I had a friend who was a cardiologist, and obviously people coming to him have had heart attacks and heart problems. And I said, like, at what age are people like, fuck it, just give me the pill, doc, I don't care. I'm not losing weight. I'm not going to the gym. I'm not changing my diet. I'm not doing anything. And what age are people like, I want to live. I got a family. I got this. I got that. What do I need to do to take a pill, exercise, change my diet? What do I got to do to prevent from having another one of these things? And what was interesting is he said about 75% of the people that were 55 and up were like, just give me the fucking pill, doc. I don't care. And 75% of the people that were under 55 were like, diet, exercise, what do I need to do? I'll do it. So it's just interesting that age, it's so if the longer you allow things to go, you get to a point like that. And it's like when people lose hope and they give up, why eat healthy? I'm going to eat the candy. I'm going to have the Big Mac attack, which I love Big Macs, but when you eat that kind of food all the time and you eat excessive amounts of it and you don't move very much and you live a sedentary life, you're smoking lung darts, it's like all that stuff has consequences. And so it's important, in order to reach your full potential in life, that you see reality as it is. Not better than it is or worse than it is, but as it is. And when your relationship is fucked and it's over and it's time to leave, you got to rip the Band-Aid off and take care of business. If you're married, and especially if you live in a blue state, you better go talk to an attorney first and get all your ducks in a row before you tell your wife you're leaving her or you're divorcing her, especially if it's going to be contentious or whatever. You got to be smart and you got to strategize about those things with an attorney that's licensed to practice law in your state or your country. Because I deal with people all over the world, so you got first and foremost you got to figure that out. But like I said, then you got to take action, because time is, you got a limited amount of time, and it's just it's slowly disappearing, and eventually you're going to run out. And so you got to think. Steve Jobs always used to say is he'd look himself in the mirror every morning and he'd go, if today is going to be my last day on earth, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? knowing that today was my last day on earth. And when he said the answer to that was no, too many days in a row, he knew he needed to change something. So it's a good question to ask yourself. If like today was my last day, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? And at the end, if you keep saying that and weeks are going by and you're like, nope, 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 well, you need to change something. And you need to contemplate on what that is.
I personally think it's with the question. I think it's kind of selfish of your partner to stay with you, even if they don't care or they want to be with you. Like you said, it's wasting your time. It's wasting your life. They could be using that time to find someone else that actually does care.
Especially if
about
it's a woman and her biological clock is run out. Because guys, we can pretty much until we fucking croak can be knocking up women.
Yeah. Women hit menopause and they're hitting them earlier now, so it's like in their 40s hitting menopause, so you only have a little bit of time to have a family, and if a man just wants to stay with you because that you feel is comfortable with you, but he's not really in love, it's selfish.
Most people major in minor things, man. So it's like if you know it's fucked, you got to leave. It's the honorable thing to do. It's the masculine thing to do.
Even if it's hard, it hurts her feelings, but in the long run, it'll be better for both of you.
Yeah. How do you think she'll feel if you stay with her for 10 years and then leave when it's too late for her to have children? She'll never forgive you for that.
Right.
And then you got that on your conscience.